Welcome back to my channel. It's Kimby, and I needed to make a couple more homemade Christmas cards because I got really stressed out after the first couple I made. And anyway, so I just decided tonight that I would try to get those knocked out because we're getting ready to go out of town for the week to my husband's work conference. So I'd kind of like to get these done and hopefully get them in the mail before we leave, so then I'm done and I don't have to worry about it. So I'm trying another new setup. I know that the light's not great. I moved my lamp over here so that it's like right by my workspace, but I can tell I'm gonna have trouble probably. I'm probably going to have some issues remembering to stay in frame, so I'll be turning around a lot to look at my computer screen to remind me that, yeah, I need to try to push things back a little bit. So I could probably adjust the camera a tad bit, but I think we've got most of it. So I got several things kind of together. I embossed some papers with some of my embossing folders. So I got some of this. I'm working on it, guys. Have patience. Okay, this one. And then I've got these in red and green both. Some polka dots. And then this fun pattern. I like that one too. So I did that. I cut some little like book plate things out of couple shades of red paper with the whatever you call that thing, the die cutting machine, the Sizzix Big Shot. And then I cut some wreaths out that were on the Cricut Access thing or whatever, and it had. So there's little round spots for the berries, and it was going to like cut out the berries for me. And I was like, no, that's ridiculous. I've got this cool red glitter paper. So I was thinking I'm just going to go ahead and punch them out of the red paper because I like the glittery paper, and I didn't want to mess with trying to get the Cricut to cut through glitter paper for little tiny dots. That seems ridiculous when I've got a hole punch. And sometimes the Cricut and I just put a new blade on it, and I love it. I got it, gosh, I've had it for a couple of years now. Anyway, I got it a couple of years ago. My husband brought it home one afternoon and surprised me with it, so that was cool. Prior to that, I had like a Silhouette, not a Cameo, just an older Silhouette, and it gave me a lot of trouble. And technology gets better. So I got newer technology. So I tried to prepare better this time, obviously, because I've got kind of an idea and I've got some papers cut out to the size that I was thinking I wanted. And I kind of started already because I'm not exactly sure what I want to do. I don't even know if I'll end up using the wreaths. I pulled out some felt that I originally bought to try to blend distress ink with, because I had seen some people use this rather than these expensive little ridiculous things. Don't get me wrong, I love Tim Holtz, and if I were rich I would buy like 100 of every one of his products, but I'm like most of you, I'm on a budget, so and I'm not sure that I love how these blend. I actually a lot of times end up using these makeup wedges. A lot of times I'll do the makeup wedges, right? So they're like just the little triangle wedge. Am I in the frame? I am in the frame. Look at me go. And then I will take it and I will kind of fold it over. A lot of times I try to actually fold it all the way in half if I can. This one has been folded and clamped so long that it won't even pop back anymore. They're cheap. You can buy like a package of these wedges at Walmart for like $1 something, I think. It's super cheap. And then I just use the binder clip to do that. And then that's what I hold it with and ink. So, you know, like that. There's no ink on it, but that way you can have, you know, it sheds a little bit of, you know, spongy stuff sometimes, but it's no big deal. It just brushes right off. So sometimes I like using that better because I feel like no matter how hard I try to start in a circular motion before I get to my project, that no matter what, it still looks like circles. And 90% of the time, I'm not going for circles. So anyway, so I kind of, since I have so much trouble making cards for some reason, I thought maybe I would kind of start out with it how I would do a mixed media piece, because I tend to be pretty good at that most of the time. So I bought this set of craft cards and envelopes, which it helps a lot to already have cards cut that are nice thick stock. I got these at Tuesday Morning. I think there were like 12 in the package for $2.99, and I liked how thick they were, and I just love craft. I love the craft paper, and I think part of what stressed me out before is I was trying to cut out the cards with the Cricut and or not with the Cricut necessarily, but the envelopes with the Cricut, and then glue them all together. And yeah, I'm kind of a no drama girl, and I'm lazy, which we've discussed already. So sometimes that just gets real old real quick. So funny thing is that my daughter, she's getting ready to turn 13 tomorrow, she's out in the family room in the basement watching my first YouTube video because she wanted to see it. I made her get out while I was recording because I'm still, I guess I'm, you know, a little self-conscious, and she loves YouTube. She watches YouTube, but she mostly watches videos about Sims 4 and things like that. So, yeah, so I halfway know what I'm going to do. So I was thinking that maybe I was going to go ahead and start by maybe going over that with some red paint, and or maybe throwing a little bit of like gesso on there, just to kind of cover some of it up. You know, but I mean, obviously, so we could still see through it, but I'm thinking maybe it might be good to kind of, I like the look, the kind of splotchy gessoed look. So I think that I want to do that with this. And, you know, I like how that looks. And then I'll probably throw a little bit of red paint on here too. So in some places I'll probably do it a little bit darker than others. But we're just doing like a real light coat. And I've got a piece of wax paper in my card so that I already got some decoupage. It's soaked through. So weird because my first piece of paper that I Mod Podged down wouldn't stick. And like I noticed that it's like soaked right through the craft, and I'm like, that's so, and it wasn't tacky on the top layer, and I'm like, I have never had that happen before to me. Like I didn't have any idea what was happening. So this just kind of, I feel like it just kind of makes it just a little more subtle. And yeah, obviously I squeezed out way too much gesso, so that's all right. Anyway, if I can just spray it down with a little bit of water probably and still use that for my next one. And then while it's still damp, I'm going to try this because I have no idea. We're in testing mode here. I have no idea how this is going to work out, but I really just want to kind of dry brush some of that out. This is supposed to be red. Tell me why it looks pink. Holiday red. Definitely what I want. Holiday red. Not pink. But I really just kind of want just a skimming of color. Just a skimming. We're using technical terms tonight. We are. So just kind of something like that. I'm not too happy, though, that to me it looks kind of pink. So that doesn't thrill me. But maybe we can salvage it. So, anywho, yeah, so it's been a super busy week. My son turned 15 on Thursday, and my daughter turns 13 tomorrow. So I'd been busy doing the cake thing, getting gifts wrapped together, ready to go. And we went out to birthday dinner last night, and they got their presents last night. And then we got all of our non-handmade Christmas cards in the mail today because we rock. And I'm finally back at my table that I wanted to record on, because I was able to, I'm pretty much done with my RV for the most part. I'm sure that once I get it to work and kind of get it set back up, I'm going to see things that I want to, little details that I want to add or whatever. So I'll probably just take a bag with some, a little bit of my brown paint for the rust effect and my sponge, and then maybe a black paint marker so I can do some outlining if I need to. But the majority of it's done. So I took the boxes down, picked up the towels they were sitting on, and went and put them in the other room. So I've got my craft room space back with the floor back, and I'm so excited. So I'm going to dry this real quick. And yeah, I mean, I kind of like how the gesso kind of just blends everything in a little bit. So, like I said, I really have no idea exactly what I'm going to do, but I think maybe some of the problem too is that I try to make things too complicated rather than just, I mean, I could make a fairly simple Christmas patterned paper blocking card, with a ribbon in the middle, and, take something like this and stamp Merry Christmas in it and be good to go. I could do that. But I don't know. For some reason, I guess I feel the need to get, I gessoed my hand. That's awesome. Here's what we're going to do with that. We're going to wipe it off on this here card over here. This is the problem when you use your wax paper that you're using to protect your project as your palette paper or wherever you're going to squeeze your paint. I'm sure if I squeezed my paint on this pink mat, I could probably get it off, but I really don't want to. I've been eyeballing the Tim Holtz glass mat. I really want one, so I may get one. Maybe I'm sure I'll get Christmas money, probably from my dad, because he always gives us money. So I'll probably order. I really haven't ordered a lot of craft supplies off of Amazon. I've ordered a few, but I feel like maybe I should get on there and order more. I definitely want some Posca paint pens. So I think I'd like to order those in the regular or the fine tip and maybe the extra fine tip, like 2 sets, because one's not enough. And then I would like to get some Stabilo pencils as well and try in black, the black Stabilo, to try. I use charcoal now to kind of do smudgy outlines, but I would like to try the Stabilo, so maybe I'll get, I think I found like a 12-pack of, I believe it is the one that Lori Marie says to get, the 80, I can't remember what it was, the 8244 or something. There was a number that she always gives in the videos. So I think I'd want to cut this down a little bit because I want my mixed media stuff to show through. So I'm thinking maybe I just want to make this big enough. I've got so much crap up here. It's ridiculous. So maybe make it like a 4x4 square because I want some of this background to show through. Yeah, that should be big enough. And I may go over it. I have like a darker red, and it's just bugging me that it looks pink. And my lighting is not that good. That's something else I'm looking into getting, is either an aught light or... Oh, see, I can't do that because then it leaves these little flat pieces that didn't get embossed from the embossing folder. Way to go! Gotta take those off. So now I gotta see how wide that is, because so it's 3 3/4. So we'll do the same thing over here. And then we should be good. We should be square. All right. Because I'm a pro at measuring, which is why I don't measure. Yeah, that's going to drive me nuts. Let me reach over here and grab my... I've got some... Oh, and I could put a little bit of gold on there to give it some shine. I'm going to just get all these... Look at me and all my ideas. I'm going to try this darker paint because I'm just not loving this holiday red. Why did it come out in such a... I'm glad that this is paint that I've had forever and it was relatively inexpensive, because I just splodged out a bunch of it. So there we go. See, that's more what I was thinking, but now I feel like that's a little dark. So I'm just going to keep kind of spreading it out here, because that's definitely better. Okay, I like that better. I do. So, okay, I feel a little happier with that. I'm thinking maybe it might be a good idea to get a completely new piece of wax paper before I stick my hand in that paint too, because that will be not pretty. So I'm thinking maybe, and I've got some burlap too, that I was thinking of using, but maybe doing this. See, I feel like that red does not match this red at all, and it's really frustrating me. And I suppose it doesn't have to match perfectly, but I'm kind of irritated by it. So now I'm going to try to put some gold on. And I guess I could go right back over it with some gesso again if it's really going to bother me that much. It still looks, it's definitely not the same color as my paper. So I'm wondering if this gold will kind of mute some of it out a little bit. I like that better. I like that better. A little bit better, yeah. Kind of take some of this pink tone out. I mean, I love pink, but don't get me wrong. I'm a pink purple sort of girl. Pink's not my favorite color, but I don't mind pink. I like pink. I don't like pink when I'm trying to do like this. I mean, this red is what I call holiday red. I don't know what is, anyway, I don't like how it turned out. Now I'm wondering if, see, this is more of an orangey red, and this is more of a burgundy red. And I didn't cut any of that out in the, I did. I cut this out in the lighter red. Now see, that would probably look better. Maybe. And then my glittery, that look better, I wonder? Maybe that'd look better. It's going to be really hard for you guys to tell in this light because it's, so maybe the issue is the burgundy. See, this is why I can't make a card. I'm just so, when I'm working in a glue book or a junk journal and I'm just pasting stuff down that I like to look at or throwing colors down on a page that I like, I could care less. So I need to just go ahead and cut these edges off first because I'm going to end up being upset with having, when I'm trying to do something like this, I'm worried about the colors matching exactly, and it's obviously causing me grief because most people probably would have had a card made by now. I'm still sitting here screwing with the colors. So I promise this will not be another 2-hour-long video. I will probably just make like one card and call it good, and then make the rest of them off. So this is like we're gonna do our 3 1/4 again. 3 1/4. I'm so lazy. I need to clean. I've got a little bit of sticky stuff stuck to there, and so my scrap sometimes sticks. Yeah, I think that's better. I think I like that better. Okay. So then the next question is, do I round the corners or leave it square? You know, I guess I'm gonna round the corners because I already did one, so it wouldn't be fair to the other 3. So, yeah, okay, that looks cute. So, and then I also got out embossing powder, and I considered that, and then I got out flocking. I think I have some flocking, and I've never used it before. My mother-in-law had bought a big set of embossing powder. Yeah, off Etsy for me. Oh my gosh, I am a nightmare. But the great thing is see, no, actually it looks kind of okay. So I'll take it. And now I got, I'm a hot mess. I am a hot mess. I'm sure you're all like, just take the paper away already. Yeah, okay. I actually kind of like the added gesso though, so I'm okay with that. Yeah. I'm thinking I want to add some burlap here too. So I think I'd like to maybe layer a couple strips underneath here. I don't necessarily need to do like a whole entire mat. I'm just thinking, you know, like maybe just cut one strip. And I could throw it down the middle of the card, like so. And I haven't trimmed my excess paper yet, and I could do that. And I could put like a cute little brad up there, but see, then I would have to cover it up on the back side. Although I could just put the brad through the burlap and then glue it on. Then it looks like it's connected to the card, but secretly it's glued to the card. Yeah, I like that idea. I kind of like that look. And I'm thinking I want to do the edges of this like maybe in gold paint. Maybe so. Maybe I want to do like a sponge, like a, you know how you would ink the edge, but I want to do it with paint instead. Let's see if that works. Is it gonna work? A little bit. I guess I probably need more paint. Yeah, that does work. I could go around it with like glitter glue, but I don't want like a line. I just want a real subtle. Is that the second time tonight I've used that word? Yeah, it is. I want just kind of a subtle, you know, like you're inking it with ink. Okay. And this is not very opaque gold paint, if that's the right word. I get confused with iridescent, incandescent, and opaque, and yeah. I think that's kind of what I want. It's something kind of like that. Yeah, I'm not used to like, okay. Anyway, I don't know if you can see the glittery gold or not, but I kind of just want something that, yeah, it's like you would be inking it on the edges. Don't know how to explain it, but I think you get the gist. So yeah, I just kind of went all around the edges. I think that looks really cool. I love it. Love it. So that's what we're doing with that. And then I'm thinking, I don't know if I want, now do I like that? I kind of like that better than straight. Like this, like so. Where shall I put my sponge for safekeeping? Yeah, I'm kind of liking this. And I'm kind of thinking maybe cutting, you know, the little tail at the bottom here. And I think I like that. Yeah, I do. I think I do. So now what I'm trying to decide is, do I want to put a cute little, like a snowflake eyelet or a brad through this, and maybe just put it through the burlap and then glue the burlap down. Otherwise, it's going to go through the back of the card. And then I would have to put another, although I may need to put another piece of paper over it anyway, because my decoupage like totally soaked through right there. That's so, I've never had that happen to me before. That is so strange. I'm not entirely sure what happened there, but I also can't cut a straight line to save my life. So anyway, maybe I could do a brad and just do it all the way through, because I feel like I'm probably going to have to end up cutting a piece of paper to glue over the inside of this card anyway. And see, that's just extra work that I'm going to get stuck doing that I really didn't want to do. But I mean, yeah, because it's kind of warpy, and part of that's because it's still damp. But if I'm going to have to do that anyway and maybe cover it up with a patterned, some kind of patterned paper, obviously it's going to need to, you know, go the width of the card. But then I might as well just do a stinking brad at that point, because I think it'll be super cute. I'm going to have to glue down the burlap anyway, and I guess I will just use my, I'll use my Tombow liquid glue, because it'll dry clear, and do the majority of my gluing underneath my wreath embellishment. So I'm over here looking through my collection of, I think I want to do a brad and not an eyelet. And I do have snowflake eyelets, but I don't have snowflake brads. I've got white brads, which might look nice. I need to get one of those chair rolly mat thingies, because rolling along this carpet's a real pain in the butt. Let me see what I've got here. I've got these, which I love, because there's some antique-y ones in there. I can't see them very well, I know. This light. I just don't know the best way to do this. So the light's not great. Then I've got all of these, and the square ones are kind of cool, and that would probably kind of go with my other square accents. And then I've got white, just, which that might look cool too. They might all look cool. I don't know there's any, I think some of these are square. I think I'll use one of the square ones. Oh, see, let's go with this like antique bronze or brushed nickel, or I don't know, the same color of doorknobs and fixtures that we're upgrading to in the house. Yeah, we moved in and we have where'd my burlap go? It's under my card. We had just, I don't even know if I'm going to be able to get this through there. I'm going to have to punch a hole. And I can't. I have got a 3/16 hole punch on my crocodile. Crocodile? Where is my crocodile? Where'd it go? Oh, here it is. Which my husband fixed, by the way, because on my last video, if you'll remember, my block came out. So I was not able to get it back in. So he got it. I've had this thing forever and I've barely even ever used it. It's kind of ridiculous, and I'm sure that you can relate sometimes how much stuff you collect, and you get to thinking about it or noticing that, like, I haven't even used this stuff. So now that is 1/8, and that is, so let me see what size. That's a big hole, but this is a small hole. I'm going to test this on something and see how big this is going to come out. And I want to move this thingy back. I just want to make sure that it's small enough that my brad's not going to fall through. So there, we're good. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and I think right there is about the middle. Let me make sure I use the tiny one and not the big one. And I'm just going to... about right there. Perfect. Good. Look, I did something without screwing it up. That's awesome. But as you can see, if it takes me this long to make one card, that's why I get frustrated. So, yeah. So we're just going to do one together. And then I'll suffer through the rest of them. Yeah, I want to do it. I don't have the time or the energy to do it for everybody that I want to send a card to. My husband and I hadn't really, I think we sent cards out maybe last year, or maybe last year we didn't, and we did the year before. But it's just something that he wants to get back into, like, doing, something that we want to do. So until I retire or take 2 weeks off of vacation at the beginning of December, or get started way earlier, that's another option, right? Then I just don't, I'm not going to make, 25 or 30 cards. Now, if I could get myself to make one, the same card and get an assembly line going, I could probably do it. But, and this is not going to be perfect because I'm not measuring angles and we're not doing the Pythagorean theorem or, how to shoot pool and get the ball to bounce off the edge and go where you want kind of thing. So it's not going to be a perfect snip in here. But, and I have a real hard time seeing, like, where my, come on now, work with me. It's funny because I can hear myself talking on the TV because the TV in the other room is, like, right against this wall right here. All right. And I don't mind some little fringes hanging out. In fact, I might try to make a few more fringes. Because I just like how that looks. That's why I like the burlap so much. And actually, I'm not going to glue that down at all. Because I'm going to be gluing this down and the glue will soak through the burlap and it's just going to kind of hold everything down. And I just realized that this is just a slight bit bigger than my card. So as long as we still fit in the envelope, we are good to go. So, I'm wondering now if maybe I want to go ahead and use tacky glue since I'm only gluing behind. So I'm sure that you're thrilled to watch me fight with the tacky glue bottle because I'm going to get this bottle used up before I get my new one out. Come on, man, work with me. Come on, I know it. Oh, there we go. I know it's difficult, but you can do it. All right. I watched some, I didn't make it to Elizabeth Brewer's auction today. I wanted to, but we took the kids and went shopping so they could spend some of their Christmas birthday money. And then we had picked some names off the tree. my husband's work actually does like a tree for children of people that work there, that there's a lot of, hourly people that, don't might be single parents or just don't make as much money or whatever. And so it's actually for their own internal staff, for their families. And so we went ahead and picked names off the tree. So we got some clothes. We picked out both a boy and a girl, and we got some clothes and some shoes for the little boy. And the little girl wanted Nightmare Before Christmas stuff, so we found her a Jack Skellington blanket, and it was super cute too. So we've got all that picked out. We did that today too. I did come home, we ate lunch, and then we had margarita at lunch, and we were totally stuffed. Oh, I just about stuck my finger in paint again. So we came home and took a little bit of a nap, and I watched a couple of Mags Loxley, I think, videos, and I've been watching her more lately. I really try to, not only because I would appreciate the reciprocal support, but I've really been trying to make a point to go out and watch videos from some of you other ladies that that I've met through the Pink Poodle Crafts or the Let's Make a Mess Today. Some of those groups that I've been going and finding your channels and subscribing if I hadn't already, and then I've been really trying to make a conscious effort to like your videos, and I may not be able to sit there and watch all of your videos, every single one of them, all the way through, but I'm trying really hard to go out and support you. And, because I think that's what we do. We all have our own quirks. We all have our own, personalities and our way of doing things. And sometimes I know I may not be showing you anything new that you've never seen before, but there could be times where, I do something that you're like, oh, I hadn't thought of doing it that way, or just very generally getting inspiration from each other, because everybody's style is different. So anyway, the point of that was that I've been trying to make an effort to get out there and make sure I'm supporting all of you. And obviously any support that you're able to give me, I appreciate that. I know we're all busy, and I'm doing this for fun. I don't expect anything out of it. I don't want to make any money from it. I'm doing it because it's fun to get on video and yak about craft stuff. And if I can make some friends and, maybe we can chat or, FaceTime craft together once in a while, or do joint videos or something. It's just one more, more people out there that we can, kind of have a relationship with, that that know what we're suffering from when it comes to crafting and hoarding. And yeah, so anyway, that's kind of where I'm at on that. Okay, yeah, this is gonna be fun. Come here, you stinky thing. This is where I'm just trying to get these. I want to just get some glue on the stinking thing so that I can get it on the wreath. So, glue. Enough glue to stick, if you don't mind. And there it goes, right on the mat. Come on now. Oh, wrong end. This tool I have not figured out yet, because I wanted to try it because I guess my hands are just not that precise. I feel like I've got like the fingers of an elephant, even though elephants don't have fingers. But you know what I mean. These little precise, the flat backs and the little precise things, sometimes I just have so much trouble getting them picked up. And for some reason, it seems like my hands shake sometimes. And it kind of scares me a little bit, because now I've got myself freaked out that I'm going to develop Parkinson's or something. I mean, they're not bad now. They're fine, but it's usually when I'm trying to do some kind of fine detail thing that they're going to, like now, that I'm trying to line this berry up. Now my hand's kind of shaking a little bit. So, yeah. And, you know, this is one of those things that nobody wants to sit here and watch me glue 14 berries on a wreath. But, yeah, you get the idea. And maybe I'll just do a couple more of these and then put the rest of the card together and then go back and put these holly berries on after I'm done recording, because I know I can't make every video like 2 hours long. While I do enjoy some of y'all's longer videos and love it when they come up and I see that they're like 57 minutes or an hour and a half, I don't always have time to watch it, you know, and I have to watch it over a couple of sessions sometimes. And that's okay. But I do like them. I do like watching them. There's just not enough time to watch everybody. And I realized the other day too, you know, that I was looking, what just happened here? It just came right out the end and went. The problem is if you like, it seems like you screw this and it squeezes more gunk out. And so I don't want to be screwing it all the time, because it seems like it's just squeezing more of this sticky stuff out. It's actually helping me though, for sure. I feel like I'm operating on something. I feel like I need a little, I think I've mentioned that my eyes aren't that great, and I feel like I need a little, like I know they make those lights that have the little magnifying glasses on them that will actually kind of, that are on a little gooseneck thing, and you can just place them over your project. That might help me some. I think this looks really darn cute. I'm glad that I decided to do the glitter berries and not just plain old red dots and waste my time cutting those out with the Cricut. I love the Cricut, and for certain things it's great. I know, I feel like there's a couple of things that I'm missing that, like, I'd like to go buy some more, like some Thinlits, some of the dies for the Sizzix that are things like tag shapes, because if I just want to quickly punch out a tag, I don't want to get the paper, put it on the mat, you know, get the tag picked out and get the whole thing going, and then, you know, go in there and put the mat in and then wait for it to cut and then get it out, pull it all off and clean the mat and put it away. Anyway, so for things like that, I feel like that I would like to, and that's why I got the Big Shot to begin with. I got that after I got my Cricut, but just for quick things like circles and squares, and I have a set of letters and then those book plate shapes. And then I'm also, mainly I got it for embossing, the embossing folders. Come on there. But yeah, I feel like I'd like to get some more of those kinds of shapes so that I can quickly, you know, just cut out some tag shapes if I want to. And of course, I know, unless they have the nested ones. I bet they have a nested tag. I haven't really paid attention, but, you know, of course, the benefit of the Cricut is that you could take a shape and make it any size you want, basically. You know, obviously, you're constricted, you know, to 12 by 12 paper. Restricted. Constricted is not the right use of that word. Hey, Mr. Berry, listen here. Stay where I want you to stay. I think right here's the last one. And you know what? I may not have needed that second one there, but I like it. I don't know. Either way, there's one that could go over there. It's no big deal. Nobody's going to look at it and go, she missed a berry. Anyway. So I plan to, and I don't know if I'm going to get it done, but my plan was to make a quick little, I've got a cardboard, a chipboard, little booklet, a craft colored little booklet. And I was going to take it and make a little flip book for my best friend since high school. We don't hang out much anymore, or we don't hang out much at all, I guess. She lives in my hometown, and I don't feel like I talk to her near as much as I should, so I feel guilty about that. But she's been fighting illness for several years, and so she's got the most adorable service dog ever that she just loves to death, and he is so adorable. And so I went through and printed out a bunch of pictures off of her Facebook and her Instagram that she had posted. So I was just going to make her a real quick, because we see how real quick this card is going. I was going to make her, a quick little flip book with pictures of him in it and send that with her handmade card. And then I always send her parents a handmade card, or at least I think a handmade card. I try to always send her parents a handmade card as well. This is what I'm trying to say. Because they were like family to me when we were in high school. I went on like vacation with them once or twice. And we were totally best friends. She was a year older than me. She is a year older than me. So when I was a senior in high school, she was off at college, but she was still right there in the same town. So, she moved away a little bit for work and then had to come back because she got ill. So anyway, definitely don't see her as much as I should. I think that's going to be cute. And of course, what I didn't stop to think about is the fact that I still have to do like a Merry Christmas sentiment. And I don't know if I want to do it like, no, because see, now there's too much on there. And so I think what I'll do is just do like a strip maybe across, a narrow strip maybe from here to here, and then do Merry Christmas on that. So it probably needs to be not red paper or the exact same red paper. Yeah. I'm thinking just like, no, that's the burgundy crap. But I'm just kind of wonder how, I'm not going to use the same paper. I'm kind of wondering how that would look. I mean, I'm covering up half my wreath when I do that. I could do a thinner strip down here and do like foam dots. But then I'm covering up my burlap. See, I got myself in a mess now. Because now the picture on my card is so big. That it takes up all the card. And then I guess I could do that. I don't know. I'll have to think about it, but I'm not going to make you suffer through that. The gist of the card is this. So, I've got the gold, you can kind of see it, I guess, the gold around the edges here. And I've got some gold on the card back there behind too. And I really like how it looks. Maybe I could do Merry Christmas under the wreath. I don't know. Maybe that would look stupid, but maybe if I did green, a green strip of Merry Christmas and then put the wreath over it. Oh, there you go. I don't know. But not your circus, not your monkeys. I'll figure out something. I think maybe I'll just go ahead and do paper, like just a strip, maybe just a real thin strip across the middle and do Merry Christmas on that. So it won't be this embossed paper. I've got some other green paper around here somewhere that maybe I'll do that with, or maybe I'll do it a completely different color altogether, like gold. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and end this before it gets too ridiculously long, but I wanted to at least do a card with you. So I may do this just with variations of the paper, but the same kind of thing for the rest of them. I kind of like how it turned out. I like the mixed media-y background and the burlap, and so it's definitely an eclectic, vintagey sort of look, and that's one of my favorite styles. So yeah. And then I had created something in Word with the fonts that I liked, just with our greeting, for some other handmade cards that I had made. And I'll just print those off pretty much and cut them in squares and then paste them on the inside. And I'll probably put some snowflake stamped on the envelope, and it'll be good to go. So thanks for watching. I appreciate you hanging out with me. I tried to be a little more organized this time. And please like my video if you liked my video, and leave a comment. Let me know what you think about the card, and let me know any ideas or actually let me know if you like this new recording angle. Let me know if you like it better than what I've been doing. I'm sure you probably do, but just curious, and feel free to send me a note. You can follow me on Instagram. I've got artwork there, and that I've posted, so feel free to follow me there too. I will link my profile down below. And I hope that you guys have a great weekend and have a good night. Ooh.